Welcome peeps and freaks, ladies and gentlemen, to another Hearthstone game. Today we're going to be playing some Paladin, something I haven't really played that much in the I didn't play it too much in the last expansion, just because it wasn't performing very well for nearly everyone. Got this deck, it looks pretty interesting. The curator synergizes with a lot of stuff here. It's running a few one-offs, which is pretty interesting. It's got quite a few legendaries in. It's not that much of a budget deck with the Wicker Flame. It's got the Curator, the Ragnaros, the Tyrion. It's got the Sunkeeper Tarim. So it's pretty expensive to craft if you want to play it. But it's a really interesting deck if you do have the cards. So let's just jump in now. Doomsayer is pretty decent against Priests if they don't have Shadow Word Pain in their hand. Dirty Rat, I guess Dirty Rat's actually pretty good against Priest as well. I guess we keep both of them. Fuck these two, don't really need the Outdoor. Priest is mainly focused throughout building their health up, and the Outdoor is pretty much focused on the opposite. So this is fine. Stampeding Kodo. If he still has a Northshire on the field by then, that's pretty good. You can always play the Doomsayer now. Pretty reluctant to use the coin though with the Twilight Dragon in the hand. A lot of the times as well on turn 2, Priest will use Power Word Shield on this guy. The only problem is if he does pain this, it's sort of bad, but then we can play the Dirty Rat, he can't pain that. I think we're going to pass here though. Okay, so it's perfectly fine. We can go Doomsayer into Stonehill Defender now. And if he does have a Shadow Word Pain, then we probably will coin out our Twilight Drake. We're just going to draw with it. That's as expected. Good thing about playing this on turn 3 as well is our Twilight Drake gets another health next turn. Another bit of health. Wicker Flame, Burn Bristle, or Second Rate Bruiser? Honestly, I think Second Rate Bruiser is a little bit better against the Priest, purely because of 4 attack. This does the Shadow Word Pain. And he didn't play Shadow Word Pain on our Doomsayer, which leads me to believe that it is further on in his deck. Because I think every Priest deck these days would actually play Shadow Word Pain, considering the spell synergy they got with the cards in the new expansion. And it's just a really good early game choice for Priest in general. So now we play our 4 attack minion. And then it's happy days. Okay, so pretty interesting that he hasn't played anything. So I'm pretty sure it's not any kind of dragon deck or anything like that. We're just going to play our other 4 attack minion just because it sits on curve. Maybe think about it a little bit. The only reason he wouldn't have played anything is maybe if he's playing a Lara the Sunshard deck and he wants to get a lot of spells to combo with Lara somewhere after maybe turn 7, turn 8. A very value oriented deck, so maybe start putting a bit of early pressure on him before he can get the combos going. Turn 6 is also pretty nice for him. He can what's it called? Circle of Healing and that 3/5 card. It's completely slipped my mind at the moment, but you know what I'm talking about. Maybe he's waiting for that combo. So we could double trade here. This still doesn't die to Dragonfire Potion, so that's really, really nice. I think I do just want to use my True Silver this turn though. Got to think if I trade this in here, go phase, trade this in. You can always Shadow Madness this. Oh, sorry, Shadow Madness the 1/1 to kill this 4/5. So I think in that respect, it's actually better to not Hero Power here. Just because if he does have a Shadow Madness in hand, which a lot of the Priests do these days, then he would get the value onto the 4/1. But he's not going to do anything. Interesting. Same reason we're not going to play this. We could probably play that Ivory Knight though. You'd need to have a Shadow Madness. That actually still wouldn't work. So this is fine to play. It's sort of susceptible to Dragonfire Potion, but we've got a 4/8 on the board, so it's fine. Lay on hands. We have a pretty full hand right now, but the other 2 cards are pretty awful. This is just a lot of value. I just don't like either of these though. Give my Minion Divine Shield, that's great, but I don't know what he's got in his hand. Like, what could he be running now? Why hasn't he played anything at all? I just get the Lay on Hands. I'll save the weapon. Okay, that's fine. We can run our 4/2 in and our weapon in. And play a Ragnaros maybe. Is Ragnaros better here? Would we rather him death our Tyrion or the Ragnaros? This is going here every day of the week. I think I'd rather him death the Tyrion, honestly. Because we're pushing for a bit of damage now, and if we can get the weapon from this, then we can push for a little bit more damage, and maybe get the Equality Consecrate go face. Get that sort of combo on him. It is a dragon deck. Yeah, I guess with the Twilight Drake, Dragon Operative, Primordial Drake. Crazy though that he's just had such a bad opening hand. This is 9, 10, 11. We're a little bit off right now, unfortunately. We might be able to double trade this. It kills it and then play Ragnaros the Light Lord and get it to heal our Drake. I think this is actually a 4-8, so it'd get a crazy amount of heal if that hit. Pretty hard for him. We just got a death. You know what, I'm just going to push face damage, I think. And play Ragnaros. The value from this is really good, but even if we heals this now, he still can't kill it with this. Didn't get it. He's still going to have a hard time killing this, but we still have two charges here, and we're pushing a lot of pressure on the board, a bit of pressure with the weapon. Plus with the Equality Consecrate combo, it's going to be hard for him to taunt up in any way. A 5, okay. What is that card? Blessed Champion? Oh, we beat him. So there you go, guys. Deck's working out pretty good at rank 3 here, so you can see this deck's working out pretty good at high ranks. The Priest deck was a little bit unusual. It's a little bit weird to see a Dragon deck up here at these ranks, but interesting. Yeah, we'll play another game, see how it goes. Didn't really get to test the deck out too much, especially the Sunkeeper Tarim. I'm looking forward to seeing if that card actually works as well as I think it does. But yeah, we'll get into another game and see how it goes. So, against another Paladin. Pretty interesting to see. Paladin is making a little bit of a comeback in this expansion. The Wicker Flame, Burn Bristle. Get rid of the Pyro, it's not really that great. The Wicker Flame, Burn Bristle. I mean, that's really good against Dragon decks and stuff, but against a Pally, is it really that good? He just makes a few 1/1s in the first couple of turns, knocks off the shield, then it just becomes a 2/2. Not that great. I think we want to look for different things like Stonehill Defender and Hydrologist. They put other cards in our hand, which also, in turn, allows us to get a bigger Twilight Drake as well before playing it. It's also not too bad against Paladin. It's probably not the greatest because they usually have a pretty slow start, playing 2/2s and 1/1s and things. Wow, okay, it's a Murloc Paladin. Interesting. The Doomslayer will probably go off, and then we get the Stonehill into a 4-drop. That's pretty good, I guess. Just play this turn, and he plays a Murloc. Then I play Doomslayer turn 3, and then on turn 3 he plays Murloc War Leader. He can probably kill it. I don't have a activator for my Equality yet, so I think it's a lot safer to play this now. Especially when Murloc decks are completely oriented around keeping stuff on the board and then buffing it the following turn. I think this is just a lot better now. Oh, there you go. So I did actually get an activator for my Equality, but doesn't matter. I think this is fine. Sunkeeper Tarim. It's always so nice to see a legendary from this card, and because both two of the legendaries that we're playing in this Paladin deck are taunts, it actually hits some pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, I definitely think this is just better. Is it though? I mean, against the Murloc deck, he's going to be hero powering a lot now because it's a Murloc hero power, and putting a hero power from a 1/1 to a 3/3. Who cares? We'll just get it. Maybe it'll turn out to be good. And I want to test this card a little bit more anyway. Not exactly sure how good it is. So yeah, I'm going to follow up with the Twilight Drake here. That was a pretty instant pick. Have a tendency to believe that it is a Tyrion there. If it's not a Tyrion, then something pretty powerful, like the Sunkeeper as well. Maybe you got a pretty similar pick. Double Hydrologist. Okay, so it's a pretty interesting hybrid deck running with Murlocs. Then he's probably running that gentle dinosaur, whatever it's called. Having a hard time remembering a lot of the names from the cards right now, just because after the new expansion came out, it's been a little bit difficult. So it can be a little bit risky to play the Twilight Drake here, just because it could reduce its health to 1. I think that's a good reason why we should play the Firefly first. So we are going to do that here. Okay, so we've played around that spell. Redemption? Probably not. If it was Redemption, he probably wouldn't play it there. Getaway Kodo. Okay. I'm pretty fine with that. The second Drake here is a little bit susceptible to any type of equality combos, equality pyro. The good thing is he doesn't have enough mana yet to play equality consecrate, so I feel pretty safe about getting this many minions on the board right now. Oh, okay. Maybe he got another one. Another getaway Kodo. So we got the equality consecrate combo. Sunkeeper Tarim seems pretty good. It's super vulnerable to an equality combo. Maybe we should just play the Ivory Knight. That's actually super susceptible to one as well. Because we've got the Pyromancer, it might just be okay to just consecrate here. Okay. So giving him Hydrologist. I'd rather him have Hydrologist rather than a Stonehill Defender. So that's fine. We're going to trade this in and then trade this in. Just these both being at 5 health is a little bit better. It means he can't trade True Silver in. And playing the hero power is sort of irrelevant because if he's going to kill these, it's most likely going to be with the consecrate with an equality combo anyway. He's just getting so much value out of these Hydrologists just because the secrets he's getting have been purely value secrets. Getaway Kodo and stuff. And then getting it procced on the Stonehill Defender. Been pretty not too good for us, especially because we haven't been able to push that much damage. Another getaway Kodo. Okay. We're gonna play the Wicker Flame here. Just because it stops an equality combo. We could trade this in. Maybe. I sort of want to push a little bit more damage though. Problem is if we push this in here, we're really susceptible to Pyromancer Consecrate. And I really prefer he get an equality out of the way here. So we're just gonna go face, play a hero power, and then just see what he does here. So here is the equality. And oh no, Consecrate. So I am happy that I played this instead of trading this guy in. It's a lot better. Means he gets to trade here. That's fine. I mean, he can always trade this in here as well if he wants. I think it is a good time to play the Ragnaros now. Healing this up is actually pretty good. Problem is, if it heals our face, it's pretty awful. He can trade this in for free. Maybe it's better to just play Ivory Knight. The value I get from this Ragnaros, if it does heal the Drake, is really good. Okay. Got the lucky 50-50 there. I mean, he could always equality now if he really wants to, but I think it's a pretty big waste. Okay, interesting. Didn't really expect that too much. But I think it's fine. So we can go these two, and then also use our Tarim. We can trade into his then. And it leaves us with a pretty decent board as well. Can sort of start to understand the reason why these Fireflies are in the deck as well, because you can dump a lot of stuff on the board in one turn combined with the hero power, and then actually get a lot of value out of these Fireflies. So he did actually get his Tarim off Stonehill Defender, which I think was that instant pick that he did towards the start of the game that we sort of expected. So good to note, because he could have a second one in his deck now. I actually would be pretty surprised if he didn't. So we're losing the value game right now a little bit, but we are winning. Okay, a little bit, gotta be a little bit careful here. If we don't kill the War Leader first, then any equality, I guess equality Consecrate still clears the board. Right, this only gives 1 health. So these are all gonna go down to 2 if I equality. Could always run in, then go Pyromancer Consecrate. That way I'm left with an equality, and then I'm losing 2 activators with it. So I think it's just better to go equality Consecrate into True Silver, start pushing a little bit of damage. Might be hard for him to heal out of it then. Because this is a fair bit of damage to the face. We have no really backup after doing this play. So if he does drop a Tyrion or something now, it becomes a little bit awkward for us. We could get an activator for the Pyro, but even then it's going to kill both our 3/1s before we can knock off the Divine Shield. Okay, a little bit awkward. We have to do a triple trade here. Yeah, without an Aldor, it's a bit hard to get through that. Otherwise, we would have won. They're definitely going to go with the Ivory Knight here, but I don't really see anything that would... The only really thing I see that would benefit us is maybe Humility, but even if we get the Humility, we still couldn't play the Humility and Stampeding Kodo on the same turn. So I think it's better just to use my weapon here first, so I get the heal value. Blessing of Kings. Spike-Ridged Steed. Spike-Ridged Steed honestly isn't that bad in this situation. We're a little bit susceptible to equality in this position, although Lay on Hands is such a powerful card. It can really give us the card advantage over him if we do use that now. And we can't play the Spike-Ridged Steed this turn. What would he do here? He might make this trade, maybe. If he does make this trade, we could play Pyro, Lay on Hands. I'm going to go with the value play. Play Hero Power. If he does make this trade, we could always run our 1/1 in. Okay, so maybe True Silver here. We'll see. He's running a Murloc base deck, and he doesn't have any Murlocs on the field, so any Gentle Dinosaur things. What is it? Gentle Dinosaur? Gentle Dinosaurus? I don't know what it's called. But that loses a fair bit of value here. We can double trade. Lay on Hands Hero Power. Nice to keep the Pyromancer in the hand as well in case we draw into a second equality. Interesting. 1 mana spell. Ah, okay. Makes sense. And another Stonehill Defender. So a pretty important thing to note when they're getting these Discover cards from the Stonehill Defender is actually how quickly they do pick them. So it's a really nice Pyromancer Lay on Hands here. Because after playing Lay on Hands, we can actually trade the 3/1 into his 4/3. So it forces him to trade this into here. Yeah, there's no nice trades here where I want to heal Lay on Hands something else. So we'll just do it on our face. Not too bad. Let me trade this in here. So this is fine. Actually forgot about this 2/6 here. But I don't think it matters. Because either trade he does, we still get the trade on the other creature. And if he doesn't want to make the trade, we get a pretty good Spike-Ridged Steed as well. He's going to make the trade. Okay, that's good. Finja. So we got a 25% chance here to kill the Finja. We did use our Pyromancer. We don't have no activator for the equality here. A little bit annoying. If he does get the proc on that, we really do... Maybe we could find an activator for the equality with the Ivory Knight. It's really optimistic though, because the only thing we can get, I think, that activates... What is there? There's Consecrate, and then there is Avenging Wrath. I think the 25% chance is really optimistic, and even after playing this, our Nesting Rock doesn't activate. But even getting a 4/7 on the 4/7 on the board is pretty good. He hasn't used a single equality yet, so this is probably going to get equality'd. But I don't mind. Because if he doesn't want to equality this, then our 1/1 is going to be able to trade into something. Even if he gets the proc on here, he's only got 1 War Leader. He's probably got 2 Bluegills, but the thing is, he's playing a lot of other Murlocs as well. So it might even be rare that he's going to get the other Bluegills here. So he makes this trade, and then we get this trade on the 1/1 Taunt. Okay, that's also fine. So a War Leader here would be pretty bad. Okay, this is actually really bad as well. Giving a plus health here means you can trade this in, then trade this in. And this procs, and it could actually get multiple procs here, which is pretty bad. Some of the plants, okay. It's honestly not too bad, because the plants aren't really putting any pressure on us. And we are winning the value game right now when it comes to the cards. So that is that. Right now we are mainly just focused on drawing an activator for our... Okay, it's pretty nice Dirty Rat considering he doesn't have enough space on the board. We can just put a Taunt up, lock the board down. Play the Ivory Knight here if we really want to. He just played an equality, so putting the Spike Ridge Steed on the Dirty Rat might actually be an okay play as well. Dirty Rat, Hero Power, Nesting Rock. That's also another option. I think we are definitely playing Dirty Rat. And this is always hitting here. I think that happens every time. This goes there every time. We make that a pretty crazy taunt that actually deals with everything he wants to put on the board. The only problem would be an Adult Peacekeeper. Or he's the what is it, the Tarim, the Sunkeeper Tarim that he has in his deck now. We've got to watch out for that because he does actually have one of his own that he hasn't played yet. So him trading is really, really good to see.
That was a mistake.
So, that 6 mana spell, what is it, Spike Ridge Steed, was crazy there. It was heaps good. So we got to get this Murloc Warleader off the board as quick as we can. It might even be worth it to go quality trade hit. Puts us down to 23. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage on board plus weapon is 10. Hits as we get down to 13. We got an Ivory Knight. I think our turn this turn will probably be Equality Hydrologist Ivory Knight. So in that case we're going to play the Equality first. Maybe not though, we'll see. The Nesting Rock's actually pretty good in this situation as well. Play the Hydrologist first, see what we get. Noble Sacrifice, Eye for an Eye, Redemption. None of them are really that great. I think the best thing is Noble Sacrifice here. Do the double trade. Take this in here. That Ivory Knight, and then quickly find something that we want. Probably Hammer of Wrath here. So that's fine. Hammer of Wrath is pretty good here. We do want to try and keep our card advantage on him. We do want to try and get rid of his board as well before he finds his Sunkeeper Tarim. Okay. It's really interesting that he didn't go face there. He's still trying to play the value game, even though we've got more cards in hand. That's a pretty weird play, honestly, from him. Stonehill Defender, really nice draw. We can play Stonehill Defender, Hero Power, Nesting Rock here, trade our weapon in here. I think we are going to win the value game at this rate. He can kill the Nesting Rock, sure, but then if he wants to hit the weapon in the Nesting Rock, our Stonehill Defender can go ham on these 1/1s. It's pretty good. I think that is the best play. Look for something nice with this dude. Wicker Flame, okay. Bog Creeper. Bog Creeper is probably the best thing at this point. Yeah. Hero Power, Nesting Rock, maybe? Or just Bog Creeper. 5, 6, 7, 8. It kills a lot more of the board. He takes a bit of damage. And he has played... He's played one Aldor. So he could have a second Aldor. He just played an Aldor though. I think this is fine. Do it like this. It's becoming a very interesting game. A game of thinking about what your opponent has already played and having a good understanding of what could be in his deck or what's left in his deck. So the Tyrion he's played actually came from a discovery card. The Sunkeeper in his deck has actually come from a discovery card, and we have no all qualities left, which means we're not actually out of this yet. Okay, I mean, we could go for this 33% chance to kill the 4/6. I think it's better just to outdoor that anyway, and then put 2 things on the board and play Hero Power. He has played 1 equality, he might have the second equality in hand maybe, but he just drew a bunch of minions, so it's probably unlikely. Did he actually draw 3 minions with it? 15, 16, 16, he only drew 2 minions, okay. Do it like this. So it actually hit, so good for us. And I'll play the 1/1 here. Yeah, so this 1/1's really nice. Just because he probably... This is a beast, isn't it? So he may have got his Kodo from the Curator. Second Spike Ridged Steed. Okay. So trades this in, it's down to a 6. We can Hammer of Wrath trade our Aldor in. Oh, it's going to get something here. Re-attack. Doesn't really do much, considering we were just going to Hammer Wrath it anyway. So that is fine. We could have Hammer of Wrath, trade this in, then when the 2/6 comes out, play Sunkeeper Tarim. But I think at this point we really need to save the Sunkeeper Tarim for his Tyrian Forge Ring. Okay, we're going to play the Hammer of Wrath first, I'm going to play the Nesting Rock. Got to play that before we trade this in, so we get the Taunt on it. The Taunt's really nice, because that means he has to trade in his Gentle Megasaur. Okay, interesting. Does that change our play in any way? Not really, right? We're still going to do this. That kills that. Can double trade this in. We want to play Noble Sacrifice here. It means this will stay alive. And then we can play, and then if he does hit this in first, yeah, I think it's actually pretty good. Because this is exactly 10 mana next turn. And if he does want to kill this, he can't actually do it with the board then. Then we can True Silver whatever is left down. Primordial Drake. Interesting, because if he does want to trade the 5/2, then we get the good trade. Okay, it's really nice, really nice. So now we can trade this in, play Sunkeeper Tarim. With the hero power though, it becomes a little bit awkward, because then he gets the nice trade there. I still think it's better though. Because, I mean, this does have taunt, so we could still always trade this 3/3 into this. But I think it's really important now to keep board control. And we do have the outdoor for when he plays his Tyrian, so it gets a little bit less value. It's a crazy game though, such a long game. We do have a little bit of dead cards in our deck though. The Doomsayer is pretty awful. And the Fireflow is only actually good with the Sunkeeper Tarim, so that just sort of becomes a dead card. So yeah, obviously we get a Tyrian, that has to die. So this is happening 100%. He still has an equality. I think it's still nice to play the Firefly here though. He's still got an equality, he's still got a Wild Pyro, and he's still got a Consecrate. So I think the chances of him having equality and then some sort of Activator in his hand is pretty high. We'll do it like this. Do we want to hit in? Not really, because if he wants to equality, this is going to die anyway. May as well just keep the charge on our True Silver. I feel like the only way we win this game though is by pressuring him a little bit before he has a chance to heal up or play more taunts or something. If we put enough pressure on him and get his health low enough, then the weapon that he gets, his 5/3 weapon, is going to be of a lot less value, because he won't actually be able to hit into our weapons to trade. Hit into our minions to trade. So there is the second equality. And there's a Consecrate. Okay. So that's why we didn't play this guy. This is only a 1/1, so it's not too bad. Doomsayer. That's actually surprisingly good here. If we play this, he can't kill it, then the Doomsayer goes off on his turn, he doesn't get a chance to use his weapon. Then if we do draw Spike Ridge Steed, and we play it on one of our 2 minions here, he can't kill it with the weapon that he gets from here. So we'll do that now. Hopefully he can't kill this. He shouldn't be able to. He has still got a Sunkeeper Tarim of his own. This is going to be a 3/3, so it is going to be able to trade in. Oh, thank God. Okay, so the Sunkeeper Tarim that he has must still be in his deck. Okay, it's good, like we expected. So we play our Flame Elemental, Hero Power. It's going to go up to 7 health, this is going to go up to 8 health. Honestly, the difference isn't that big. Okay, it's okay. I'm thinking like he still has a Kodo. He might still have a Kodo in his deck, and I'm thinking if we play this on something, he can Kodo it down. But it's going to have 3 health, so it's not going to die to Kodo, so it's really good. We're just going to play it on the dude with more health here. And we're going to save our weapon. There's no point in hitting face right now. If we do need to get through a taunt or something, it might just be better to do it like this. He could still play his Sunkeeper Tarim and Hero Power now. That would be pretty bad. I think that is what he might do, maybe. The thing is, he would have played it last turn, and he didn't have it last turn. Maybe he just couldn't fit it in the deck. Okay, so we're going to trade a weapon in here, and trade this one in here. So this is 100% happening. Do we want to push face damage here? I think at this point we are just going to go for the value game. He is also out of cards now. At this point I have no idea what he's got in his hand. I think the last card would be a Sunkeeper Tarim, in which case it's still pretty good for us right now. Because these 1/1s are going to go to 3/3s. That's pretty bad. 18. So we're going to do 6, 7, 8. Put him down to 10, then he's going to heal up again every single turn. This is pretty difficult. We have to run our whole board in if we want to kill that Ragnaros. I think the only play here is to hit the 1/1 into Ragnaros and hope that the Ragnaros heals itself and keep pushing damage to the face. So the 1/1 is going to go here 100%. And we're going to play Hero Power 100%. This is most likely going to hit here. We're only going to do 6-7 damage to him. Then this has a chance of healing him. He's then going to trade this and this in here. And then we're only going to have 1/1s left over. He's going to go down to 11. Trades this in. Goes down to 9. Takes 1 for D damage. Goes to 8. And if this doesn't heal him, we can do 1, 2 the following turn. He goes down to 6. And then he takes 2. He's going to get down to 4. And then at that point, I think the Ragnaros just wins him the game. We'll see though. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out. I probably made a few misplays this turn just because I haven't played the deck that much. I think it's a pretty difficult deck to get your head around. The Sunkeeper Terran. There you go. So it was his last card. And that was a pretty good play for him as well, because now he goes face. This heals him 100%, and yeah, we just lose. Pretty interesting game though. But yeah, pretty interesting deck. I think it takes a little bit of practice if you want to get this deck, you want to play it perfectly. The Sunkeeper Terran is a really interesting card, and the Stonehill Defenders I think is a must-have in this deck. I think you have to have 2 of them no matter what, just because the taunt minions that you can get from that thing for Paladin is just crazy. The legendaries and stuff, like you have the what is it, the Weaker Flame Bristle, Burn Bristle, you got the Sunkeeper Terran, and you got the Tyrian Forging. So they're pretty crazy cards, especially against Pirate Warrior or just aggressive decks in general. And in the value matchup, obviously the Tyrian and the Sunkeeper Terran are really crazy. So yeah, really interesting deck. If you do want to play it and you are contemplating crafting it, then I mean, if you really like playing Paladin, then I suggest you do, because the deck is definitely going to stay around for a while, and I think it does perform really, really well. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, it helped me out a lot. And if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching.